Right.
Okay. So I have, oh my God, oof, fucking allergy season. I, I have the honor and I have the privilege of not only talking to consider a childhood friend, but also somebody who I find to be motivational for anybody who is starting up their business and is struggling with their business. I'll let her introduce herself and I'll let her talk a little bit about what she does.
Hi everyone, I am Winnipher. You can call me Winnie. I am the CEO of Lashoholic NY, and I am a lash tech. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I'll be doing it for 4 years in December coming up.
Now, what honestly brought you first? Let me give you your roses now. You to see exactly where you were before and to where you're at now. Your growth has been incredible, but also has been motivating. But we'll get all to the fun stuff at the end. But how and why did you want to do this?
Um, well, I went to cosmetology school, I want to say around 2016, 17, around there. And I originally went to school to become a makeup artist. And that's not really what the program only offered. It offered a whole bunch of other stuff like doing hair, barbering, nails, facials, all that fun stuff, including makeup. And in one of the classes that I was being taught, they mentioned lash extensions, which was another easy way to make extra money on top of all the other services that she would be providing if you were working at a salon. So I thought it was pretty cool and interesting. And it was definitely something very different and new to me that I've never seen anybody doing. So it was really cool to see that. And I wanted to try it out. It wasn't anything that I wanted to do like, oh, that's going to be my main career. But I wanted it as something as like hobby, extra money income type of thing. And it just ended up blossoming and being into what I passionately love today. And it is my full-time job and it is my career.
That's awesome. Honestly, it's to see how you started off and to see that it took a whole left turn from where you thought you were going to be at first. You thought you were heading down a career of doing more cosmetology stuff instead of doing more lashes. And then the second you got real good with the lashes and you saw how much money you can make with it, you started to really roll with it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. It's crazy.
it's not that many, there's not that many people our age who are that motivated and dedicated towards their actual passions, and to see somebody else that I also grew up with basically pursuing their passion as well and making it into a full-time career, not to mention owning their own business, being their own boss, paying, signing their own paychecks. It's people like you that motivate the people who are questioning right now, why should I be doing this? Why is this worth doing?
Um, I feel like I feel like people should be more risk takers when it comes to wanting to start a business or get into the career path that they want to, because what those doors can open for you, where that is going to lead you in the next couple of years. And like I said, I didn't know that lashing was going to be my main career. But once I saw how much I really enjoyed it, put all the time and effort that I did into it, and um, really taking it seriously, because once I saw the amount of money, I know it's not all about money, but at the same time, it is about money.
Or so yeah,
But
living.
yeah, once I saw the type of money that I was able to bring in, it blew my mind. And that alone motivated me even more to keep going, to see where else can I go with this. And not only am I in the best position where I have my own establishment, but now I'm able to teach other girls the same exact skill that I have and are capable of having a mentor like me to keep teaching them and showing them, hey, it's going to take some time, but you can definitely do this if you really want it.
Now, what's like your day-to-day lifestyle now? Considering that you're your own boss, you have your own your own business, your own company, your own building. Like, what is like your personal day-to-day lifestyle?
Every day is a new different day. Some days I'm completely booked and busy. Weeks, I could be booked and busy. There are days where I could have a really light short day where it's not too occupied. And in between those times where I'm not as busy, I like to take that time to really focus on my business, see what I can improve, what other projects I need to get done, and as well as having time for myself mentally and physically. Um, it can be very straining running your own business and you have no help from anybody else, and it's just you building it from the ground up. So you also need to understand that you need to take time for yourself and mentally be there for your business for it to keep flourishing.
Now, that's a key part that I don't think anybody really truly understands is that when you have your own official business and you have your own like company, you're dwelling on your own energy, you're draining yourself. You need that time to regain it. You can't keep
Mm-hmm.
continuously pour from this empty cup anymore. You have to actually refill, rejuvenate, recover, and then push forward even harder because it's not worth that complete mental depletion, that energy of just slugging yourself out of bed and dragging yourself. You have to take that time toward yourself and recover. But at the same time, when you're done recovering, get right back to work.
Yep, exactly.
You get too comfortable. You have to let your body still get uncomfortable. You have to still be in that state of wanting to continue to push, wanting to continue to do more. And one thing that the conversation that we had before, you chose the money over going out.
Yeah, I work Monday through Sunday, basically 7 days a week, from 9 to 7, even sometimes 8 in the morning. And I would just be working, working, working every single day. And I started to become a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of work that I was getting. Not that I wasn't blessed or anything. I was so gracious that, you know,
They start to
I
have
was
like a
being
slight like little resentment towards what you were doing. Like it was just like
just a little bit, only because that's all I was doing. That's all I was focusing on. And I wasn't giving myself enough time to rest and mentally recuperate. And even my clients would even notice sometimes, like, hey, girl, like, I've realized you don't have a day off this month or this week, or, you should really take that into consideration. And they had a point. I was just so focused in making this money because I felt like if I wasn't working, I wasn't making money. I wasn't going a step closer to where I wanted to be.
and that honestly is just something that I don't think a lot of people our age are willing to do. Like too
Mhm.
many people
Yeah.
our age are focused on going out and partying, going out to the clubs, going out to if you're on Long Island, going out to Party Barn, going out to the hangout on Sundays, like going out to Patchogue, going out to all these different areas. And when you actually want to have a true success in your business, you have to make the sacrifices that you can make now at this age when you can enjoy the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I don't want to be grinding my ass off when I'm in my 40s and 50s. Like, I want to be able to relax and say that I have these businesses taking care of my funds right now. That's
Yeah.
you don't want to be that the slave to the actual corporate economy. You want to be
Yep.
able to build on your own. You want to be able to establish your own, and you want to be able to maintain your own. And
Yeah.
it's easy to start up with business, but it's not easy to maintain the business. And from where your startup was into where you are now accelerating and maintaining at.
All right, so real quick, guys. Sorry, I just want to take a break from the podcast. Talk a little bit about your next supplement purchase, and as well as your next energy drink purchase, your next protein purchase, basically your next life enhancement purchase. Uh, Before you make that next one, I want you to take a look into probably one of the best companies that's on the block currently right now, and is also one of the most badass companies currently right now. And that company is Origin Maine, as well as the branch off from it, Jocko. So Jocko's supplement line, I take personally. I take Super Krill, as well as the Cold War, which is an immune system boost, and my favorite, mm, Jocko Milk Protein. So what's key and what's very, very different about this magnificent, beautiful creation is it's sweetened with monk fruit. Monk fruit is better for your body and as well as a better for your blood sugar. It is assistant with weight loss. It brings assistance. It is Dude, I can't fucking speak English right now. It assists with weight loss, and as well as has digestive enzymes already infused in the protein powders, and it also has infused probiotics. Sounds like two less supplements that you guys spend money on. Literally, everything is already inside of the protein along with your protein. It's also a time release factor protein, uh, meaning that it's not going to just immediately burn through your body. It's actually going to help your body recover from the intense workout that you put yourself through, or if you're just looking to have a nice little sweet shake to kill the cravings, I 110%, especially for the chocolate lovers, chocolate one is by far probably the best chocolate protein I've ever tasted, and I firmly will stand by that ground. And the Jocko Discipline Go. So basically, what that is a natural neurotropic energy drink. Has no more than about 95 milligrams of caffeine compared to other energy drinks that are popular right now, ranging anywhere between 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine, leaving you jittery up all night. So this being less than a cup of coffee and more focused on neurotropic energy than just caffeine energy, I 110% recommend that as well. Everything that this company has, I have yet to have tried a bad have yet to have tried a bad product. If only I could speak this right for them. So use my code Welsh10 for 10% off your next shipment. Again, Welsh WELSH 10% off your next shipment. And yeah, thank me later.
Um,
Talking about the future, like what do you want to see? Like what do you see?
okay. Expanding. I started my business here in New York and it grew tremendously in the past 2 to 3 years. And I'm so blessed with that. And I'm excited to take it to Florida, generally in Miami. Um,
Like
and
success, like major success going down there.
yeah, like I I have so much confidence that as successful as I am here, I can do that as well down there. Plus, it's just a whole different vibe down there. Like things like that, like girls attract to it, like it's a hot topic, it's a hot thing. Like girls are always gonna want to get their lashes done. They're gonna want to be,
It's a hot state.
yeah, so it's like there's so much things to do. You're always out and about. Girls are always constantly want to get their hair and nails done. They always want to look good wherever they go. So I'm really excited to take that step and just grow and have a location out there. And that's my main focus as of right now, to
Now, do you want to
continue
reside
to
out
grow.
there in the future, like completely, or would you?
I do.
Okay, so do you want to leave a business here, or do you want to completely just leave?
Yes,
Okay, so you want to have a business up here and have a business down in Florida.
definitely. Yeah.
Expand on that a little bit.
Um, I I am so happy that this year I have taken the opportunity to share my skills with tons of other girls. So far, I've already taught 5 students of mine, and
Wow.
I can't wait to see them grow and continue to, master that skill and that work ethic. Um, and I would hope that one day, in the process of me transitioning to Florida, I would love to take those girls under my wing and keep them in my studio, and making sure that, my girls out here, all my clientele, I have their back. I'm not going to let them, just hang around like, well, I'm out of here. I don't know, find somebody else to do your lashes. I would never do that. I would definitely want them to go to girls that I train, that I know that are well equipped and are going to satisfy them the way that I did. And I want to do the same thing in Florida, have my own studio again, have girls working under me and teaching other girls, training them. I'm very big on mentoring. I love to be there for my students. I'm there 24 hours of the day. Anytime they need a question, I need help, I am there. And that's what I want to do. I want to help other girls. I want them to achieve this dream, this goal of being your own boss, not having to depend on anybody and not having to depend on the system to get income.
Yeah, it's different when you could be your own boss and you can actually, it's different feeling and you sign people's paychecks. Like you can
Yeah,
actually support people. You can give them a lifestyle. Like that's different kind of energy that you have that not many people, like I said, our age are willing to even do or even focus
yeah,
on. More people our age are focused on their own grind. They're focused. Some people are still in school. If some people are still figuring out what they want to do. Yet you here you are. You started off thinking you're going to do one thing, and then you learn a little side hustle, and then that side hustle now became a main hustle, and now you're the boss of that main hustle.
yeah,
Like that's incredible. That the fact that
yeah.
you also have your own facility now, instead of doing it out of your basement or out of your own
My
home.
own home, yeah.
Now you have your own facility, and it's someone like myself who wants to have their own facility here in Brentwood. It's more motivation and it's more of an open door of a possibility of saying like, yeah, it can definitely happen if you put the work in. So all it does, all makes me want to do is put more work in and really put the effort into really getting down with this grind. But to see
Yeah,
where you have expanded to, that's basically like another it's another stepping stone for showing to people that it's possible. Like you don't have to have so much money. How did you start with? Like what did you start this whole thing with?
um not a lot of people know this, but a lot of people think that you need to have like thousands of dollars just to start a business or have the right equipment or, a whole team behind you. But in reality, I started my business off with like $800. I took a class. It's a 1-day class, took it, and I kid you not, the next day I had my first client,
Wow.
which probably wasn't the best thing to do, but I was just so ready to make that money. And I, shoot, with $800, I literally have a whole brand now. And just with that one client that I had, it meant more to me because I was just freshly new. I just started it 24 hours ago. I just took class, and this
And
girl
boom, here
was
you are.
like,
You already got a client.
she's like, nope, I'm ready. Just do my lashes. And I wasn't the best. I'm not gonna say that I was the best. It took me some time to really
Of course. No one's amazing at what they do at first.
yeah. It took me a while to actually get the craft down, but I mastered it, and the progress and the growth is there, and you definitely see it. It's just crazy.
It's just having patience and being consistent.
Yeah, you have to really put yourself out there, a lot of people would always tell me at first, like, oh, get business cards, like, that's the only way that you're gonna go ahead and get clients, or, go work at a salon. But I didn't want, again, if I worked at a salon, I was gonna be working for somebody, which was not the goal for me. And at the time, I was already working 2 jobs and trying to start a side hustle. So I wasn't trying to be all over the place. I wanted to figure it out on my own. And a lot of it was from word of mouth and really just promoting myself on my personal page, on my business page, just every single day, just promote, 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 promote.
It's when it all comes to fruition and you actually finally get the chance to see it all actually in person, like in reality, like everything that you dreamed of, everything that you thought of, like it's all now a reality. Like you physically touch everything that happens. Like that's got to be a completely, I want to say, fulfilling feeling. Like you actually feel like you fulfilled. You're not satisfied, but you're fulfilled with this achievement.
Yeah, when I started getting booked out a month in advance, I was like just blown away, because I'm like, there's no way I'm this busy, because I wasn't like this 2 months ago. I am, and it was probably the biggest blessing I could. You guys all have faith in me. You guys really support me, and I really, really felt the love. Every single person that I met, a lot of the support that I've gotten were from people that I've never even met before, people from word of mouth, like people's cousins, best friends, mothers, everybody. It was such a warm feeling. And even being out in public and people noticing, like, hey, you're so and so, that to me alone was just like, how do you even know me? Like, I don't.
Well, that's gotta be a little creepy at first. Like someone waves you down.
It was, but at the same time, it was just like, wow, like, you know me because of my work. And that alone was just like, damn, I'm doing something right, and I just got to keep going.
Yeah, I mean that's a full sign saying that, yeah, you're definitely on the right path. And
Yeah.
did you actually ever see yourself doing this in high school?
No, in high school, my senior year, I had went to BOCES, and I went for fashion merchandising. I originally wanted to go to school, and I wanted to go to FIT, and I wanted to become a fashion designer. But in that program in BOCES, we kind of got a taste of what interior design is, and I kind of fell in love with that.
Mm.
And I wanted to do that as well, but I hate school. I really, really hate school. Anybody who knows me, I've always hated it, can't stand it. I don't even know how I even graduated, but I did. And I didn't want to go to another 4-year school. I was so over it. I was done with the studying, the testing. And that's why I originally went to cosmetology school, because at least it was something related to what I wanted to do later on down the road, which was beauty. I changed my mind about the whole fashion industry. Still love it till this day. I wouldn't not knock it down the road. Maybe, who knows, come up with a furniture line, who knows? But
there's always room for expansion. There's always room for growth.
yep, the door is always open. And I was really into makeup and beauty, and my cousin was the one who actually said, like, why don't you just go to school for that? Like, you love doing that. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. But once that came into my life, I knew, I was like, okay, I definitely want to do something related in the beauty world. And lashes so happened to be the one thing that I became passionate about.
It's incredible. And now your passion is now your business, and you're the boss of that business.
Yes.
That's
Number
boss.
one, all by myself.
That is boss shit right there. Now you're getting ready to employ people. You're like getting ready to add more jobs to the economy, getting ready to sign more paychecks to people and actually take care of people. That's incredible at your age. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And you really think about it, you're actually taking care of people. You're providing a livelihood. You're officially being able to say you employ people, and you taught those employees also. You actually know that you have full trust that they can take care of your girls.
Yes, yeah. Like I said, I'm always there for them. Anytime that they ever need anything, anytime they doubt themselves, I'm always there. Um, I like to help people, and when people come to me telling me about what they want to do, or if they want to do something similar to me, I always say go for it, and I'm always there to give any advice that I possibly can.
Now, that's actually gonna be my next question. Now, being that you have a successful business, what do you say to anybody right now who is questioning that whether to start or whether to even maintain what they have or to even keep going? Like, what would you say to anybody right now who wants to actually be their own boss?
If you want to be your own boss, I say come up with a very logical way to make money. You have to think of an idea that's actually going to work. Like think about it thoroughly, do your research, talk to people who are in the same industry that you want to be in. I know that it might be discouraging to try to reach out to other people who are in the same industry of you and they don't want to help you or give you the same information, but don't let that stop you from getting to where you need to be. There's going to be somewhere or someone that will give you those answers, and you just have to keep, going. And for anybody who really wants to do it, just do it. Just do it. Don't be scared. If you have no support system, or or if you have just ideas of thinking like, well, who's really going to support me or who's going to really buy my products, like don't think negatively, just go for it, do it. And the worst thing that you could do is not try. If you don't try, later down on the road you're going to be like, well, I could have done this, but I never really went through it. And for anybody who does have a business now, I say keep going. Like don't stop. You started and you got to where you are now, and it's probably the best blessings because you could have just failed a long time ago. You're here for a reason, and you just really got to keep pushing. You got to still be creative. You got to really look into the world, see what you don't see around, things that, for example, water bottle. If you're trying to sell a water bottle, what is different from your water bottle from the regular Poland Spring water bottle? You got to make sure that it's the best product that you're going to put out there. It might not be the best the first time, but understand that, it's all a work in progress and you can always upgrade down the road. You know, Not all businesses stay the same. A lot of businesses really
They just start
rebrand.
up and then they upgrade.
Yeah, and it's all a work in progress. I mean, shoot, there's still a lot of things that I need to learn. There's still a lot of improvement that still
A good
needs to be
example of
done.
this is another company that's actually starting to truly expand. It's a men's care company. It's called Dr. Squatch. I don't know if you've
Mhm,
come across any of their ads or anything like that across Instagram,
mhm,
but basically for men's health and menswear, menswear, wow, men's care. They first started off as like a natural soap company. It's a cold press soap, which is natural oils and stuff like that. No chemicals for the body, for the male body that was causing like skin irritations, dry skin, even sperm loss with chemicals that would be infused with the so-called uh, soap. Meanwhile, a lot of stuff that's in most soaps are labeled as a detergent and more so
mhm.
for clothing and dishes and not for your body. So they came out with that, and then lit a couple years later of investments, they came out with a shampoo and conditioner. Then they came out with a toothpaste, a natural toothpaste. Then they came out with a deodorant.
Yeah, you can always elevate your products. If you have one product available, that's great. Make sure that that product works out and you can always upgrade, add new stuff.
Yeah,
Um, that same thing with services. Like for my business, I only started off with lashes and then now I do teeth whitening, and there's other services where you can do brows. There's just a lot of things that you can do to keep your clients
especially
keep
in your
coming back
industry,
to
the
you.
expansion that you can go is with the growth that you have now. There is so much more potential now. You have just because you start off with such a minimal amount of I want to say like just doing lashes and now teeth whitening. Now you can also do. There's room for beauty products. There's room for doing the fashion line. There's room for doing more
Yeah.
cosmetology stuff or working with estheticians, figuring out what products work best for people. Like there's
And
always
that's another thing. I have products that I can sell on hand to my clients on top of my students. Um, that's another great way of, yeah, you have your business and yeah, you provide a service, but just having like little accessories or little products for them to take at home, like that is another extra source of income that you could bring into your business. And I feel like a lot of people, another important thing is you need to invest in your business. If you don't invest in yourself, you don't invest in your business, then it's just not gonna, it's gonna fail.
a good buddy of mine now. I consider him a good friend. Uh, Don, I did a podcast with him, the owner of AdX, the adjustable club that I've been swinging around the past month. He had a very funny but a true statement, which is you got to eat the bologna sandwiches for a while before you can eat the lobster.
Mm,
And it's a true statement because you got to actually eat the shit first and truly work a little bit harder, but also work smarter before you can actually get to the lobster.
yeah.
You know, eat the bologna, enjoy a lot, so you can actually appreciate the lobster when you have it in front of you. When you build up that foundation, when you actually stay like to your word of what you're going to do for yourself and be your own boss, that lobster tastes a little bit better than it would if you just were handed to you, if it was just handed to you.
Yeah.
When you actually work hard
It
for it and you actually work for it, that lobster or that burger or whatever you eat, that salad for all you vegans, it probably tastes the best you'll ever have.
it is such an amazing feeling when you accomplish the smallest goals that you have for yourself when starting any type of business or any type of goal that you want for your life. And when you finally see it, it is such a good feeling because you're like, oh my God, like I really busted my ass off for this. And I finally, it's like manifesting it, you know? Like you really, really want it. And the only way that you're going to get it is if you work for it.
Hmm.
And that satisfaction of knowing that you did that on your own is such a good feeling. And it's a feeling that you can't compare.
It makes it a little bit better when you open up your own building with your keys. Like when you actually open
Yes.
the building and you walk in and say, "Yeah, this shit's mine."
Like, oh my God, that's exactly how I felt when I first opened up my space. I was like, oh my God, like this is really it. This is mine. I it was
Like
just
this is officially
crazy.
happening. I am pursuing my passion. And
Yeah. And then to have clients be like, oh my God, I remember like I would come to your house to do lashes. And she's like, now you're here. And I'm like, I know. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it's insane. It's insane when you have that same clientele that now can see that growth. When they see that
Yeah.
growth now, they also, I want to say, like their business is more like solidified with you
Hmm.
because they've seen what your potential is, like from where you started, and now you're damn good at what you do. So you have your own building, you have your own facility. Now you're in talks of opening up your own one in Florida and have two facilities and
Yeah.
and having people work for you, signing paychecks. Like that's huge at your age. Again, I can't stress that enough because there's too many people our age, and I'm really hoping this podcast enlighten some of those people out there to really start getting their fucking act together and getting the hustle on because if you waited so long to sit on your ass, that you had a year, you had a full year of doing that, and during that time, there's still no excuse of not being able to learn anything online, being able to, grow in some type of manner. But I'll let COVID be the excuse slightly, like a 2% of an excuse. But even during COVID,
Yeah.
I was still able to earn more certifications. I was still able to
Yeah.
advance myself.
I felt like COVID was a blessing and a curse because it gave everybody a time to like really evaluate, you know, everything in your life. What are you doing? What are you going to do next? On top of that, what can I improve? It was just such a hard time, but it was such a good time for everybody to really just pause.
If you actually,
And
if you looked at it into that manner, like if you looked into the manner of being able to say, okay, this is my time. I'm being told to stay inside and be home. What am I gonna do? Some people binge
it's
and
the
watch
best
Netflix.
time to be creative. I feel like if you used quarantine to just sit around on your ass,
Watch
I have
Netflix, catch
no
up on all
respect for
TV,
you
all that shit.
at all. Like, dude, you have time. You're home doing nothing. That's the best time for you to get all your creative juices flowing. Think about, all right, what are we doing? What after this pandemic is over, after this thing is lifted, am I really going to continue on the life that I was doing before COVID? No, this is the time for you to really
Yeah,
get it together.
you had
You
two
don't have, you
mentalities.
can't spend money right now, and that's the thing.
Mm.
You're not going out spending money. Like, invest that money into something. Not that you're getting it and you have nowhere else to spend it, because you're not allowed to spend it.
And there's just two mentalities that came out during COVID, which was the ones that subdued and were just panicking. Those are the same ones that massively have still 10,000 rolls of toilet paper sitting in their basement. Those are the ones who refuse to really try to make any type of work on themselves, refuse to work on any of their inner demons or anything like that. People refuse to
Mhm.
really work on themselves or work on the work they needed to work on. Some people lost their marriages. Some people, people moved out of their families' houses. People were subdued to it. But then you also had the people that arose from it. You
Yeah,
had people that actually had a better mindset coming out of the quarantine. Me being one of them.
yeah. I I didn't have my studio before quarantine. I honestly had it after, and I was kind of even skeptical on even opening it up, because I'm like, well, we're in the middle of a pandemic. I don't really know if it's really the right time to be doing this.
But you really did take advantage because businesses were closing down and other places were really selling out, so that this way you can buy their office space, and you definitely took it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
I said,
smart.
screw it, just go for it. Like, again,
Now look
what
at
is
you.
the worst thing yeah, what's the worst thing that can happen? And I've gained a couple of more new clientele because of that. And last month I was at a pop-up shop event, and I had met a lot of wonderful, amazing small businesses that started literally right before COVID hit, and even after COVID hit and during. Like, these people really were like, well, I need to make money, or I want to do something with what I like doing, or I had this idea for such a long time but never really put it out there. And they really put in the effort. They took the time to do it, and a lot of their success stories is like just wow to me, because I see how successful they have become. And I just met them, and it's such a good feeling to see other people grow and just doing what they love doing.
And you being the one that's able to help them out and do that. Like you're the one that's signing off on their paychecks.
Yeah, like helping each other out, networking. That's another thing. It's so great. I love when people just support other people, whether if you do have a business or you don't have a business. It's all about networking, knowing people. You give me somebody, I give you somebody. Like, it's just the best way to work. We need to work together as a team for all of us to be successful, for all of us to get to that goal. And it's sad to see that some people hate that, especially in our town. Like, a lot of people don't
There's some
like
people are more
that.
willing to pull people down than pull them up. Like the more
Yeah.
people are focused on pulling down because they're trying to get ahead, they're the one that's trying to get on top. We can all there's more. There's plenty of room at the table up there. It's just let's help each
Yeah.
other up and let's go make more food. Like it's
I like to say, if I'm eating, you're eating too.
gotta be because if you're not, then that no one survives. You can't survive
Nobody.
alone. Like it's you have to have that for your own like part of this pandemic also really did show me what gyms meant to people because being able to work out by yourself for that long in your house was not the same as working out in a gym. When
It's not, and I'm one of them.
when you work out in a gym, you're surrounded by an energy where it's everyone is in there for the same purpose of trying to better themselves, whether it's killing some time off instead of being lazy on the couch, or
Yeah.
it's being wanting to hit a certain fitness goal. You want to gain more weight, you want to actually lose more weight, you want to build a better body. Like there's everybody's in there for the same reason in some sort of manner. You want to better yourself, and that energy you cannot really recreate by yourself watching a fucking video through its screen and following along. It's
Yeah.
damn near impossible. And even trying to zoom like train together, like that's I try to do that as well, and it just wasn't the same at all. It's something that you
It's
can't
not.
follow.
Sometimes you really do need that physical interaction, that physical motivation, someone really physically being there. And I agree, like during COVID, I did see a lot of people really putting themselves out there, working out at home, at the park. Shoot, I was trying to get weights and I
Yeah.
couldn't even do that because it was sold out.
I've never seen a Facebook market going on for like just two dumbbells. It's about $150. A weight adjustable dumbbell, a single one going for 300. Like it damn near impossible to get any type of workout equipment unless you had already, or you had to make your own, which was I had to do some squats with fucking a kettlebell with a broom rack on two kettlebells on each side. Like it
I've
was,
seen people use gallons of water.
yep, like gallons. If you throw a couple of gallons of water in a backpack and do some squats, yeah, you'll get a nice little burn out of it. But at the same time, it's just not the same quality as actual weightlifting or doing anything like
Yeah.
that. And now that we have it all, I'm praying that people actually do appreciate it just a little bit more than they did before, because it took us so long to get back our gyms after the COVID shut down.
That, and I feel like COVID really did help with the whole workout situation. I feel like it motivated people to be more healthier and have a
Mhm.
better life choice, because I would say I don't think I've ever seen anybody more motivated now or physically more active before COVID, going to the
Yeah,
gym and actually working out at home.
yeah. Right now, it's probably the most positive. I want to positive push towards the living a better lifestyle, because I'm out knowing how the attention span works with some people in this country. I don't think it's going to last too much longer, being that everything is reopening back up and everyone's probably going to go back to their old habits. And for the people
Sadly.
that, but this is the key part, for the people that appreciate more of what they have now, appreciate their life, appreciate their body that they have now because they lost so much weight, or they just feel genuinely healthy. For some people, that it's going to transform them into being some type of more of a healthier individual, whether it's they eat better or they supplement their body better.
Yeah.
It's good that some people are going to take it away from this and live a completely their entire life is a completely changed life. Some people, this is just for the
Yeah.
next couple of months, but that's again, there's the two
Or for
mentalities.
the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's again coming back to that two mentality system. Everything that we've been talking about, positive wise, for your business and for also the personal training, everything had became more of a positive push after COVID because we took the time to sit down and grind and put more effort into what we want to do as our passion,
Yeah.
compared to when we uh say before pre-pandemic. It was a little bit more of a challenge with as much competition and as much I want to say the like energy that's being expended. Like that COVID shutdown time gave us that time to really focus, sit down, and but then also now basically create us like a slingshot. We got pulled back, and now this year we got let go, and now we're sending forward to our success. And
Yeah.
it's all about just taking that extra little step, taking that extra leap, not staying with where you're at, but not being, I want to say, comfortable. And no matter how much you appreciate the success, you can't be comfortable. There's
Yeah.
got to be a certain
Yeah,
level.
you definitely can't stay comfortable.
No, because once you reach that next level, then there's always another level. There's always another thing that you can add on. There's always more
Yeah.
room for growth. There's always something new that you can learn. There's always something else that can be added into the business. That's the beauty of being your own boss. You can actually
Yeah.
expand with what you want to do.
Yeah. It's so many doors that can open. And I really am grateful that I did pick this type of industry because the opportunities are just endless.
Exactly, because with what you can do and with what you provide, you can go anywhere. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't just have to be
Anywhere.
New York or Florida. Like, you can literally go anywhere across country. Like, who's to say like you don't open up someplace in California in the future? Who's to say you
Yeah.
don't open up someplace in Texas? Like, who's to say you don't just take over? No, like you become the next Kylie Jenner. Like, there's like
Yeah.
who's to say? Like, there's always the next level. There's always more that can be done, and you're at the age where you're young enough where you can actually grow and appreciate the growth and see the growth,
Yeah.
live to see the growth, and really live out the ending of the growth. Like, as in, like, when you officially are finally comfortable, you're finally settled after, and you don't have to work anymore, and just the money's just constantly racking in no matter what's happening, and you can
Yeah.
really sit down and just be like, yeah, not only did I do this for myself, but I changed the community,
Yes. Definitely. And
left your impact
that's
in this world.
that's exactly what I want to do. I want to impact all the girls around me, all the girls here on Long Island. I really want them to just do it. I want them to become boss ass bitches. I really want them to really get this money, not to depend on the system, to depend on anybody to figure out, oh my God, when's the next check or how many hours I have to fulfill to, make my bills. I don't think I could ever go back to working for anybody ever again or worrying if my check is going to be complete. All of that, I can't do it. I can't. And I rather I rather help everybody else out and be like, this is the way. You need to find a better, a smarter way to make this money. Work smarter, not harder.
Always, and that's the model for our generation. That we have
Yes.
so much, so much room for, I want to say, the possibilities of endless growth, of endless uh, opportunity to basically change your family's, like, wealth gap. Like, for
Yeah,
people who grew up with us in Brentwood know for a fact that Brentwood is not necessarily the most wealthiest place in the world,
it's definitely
and
not.
it's a place where it could use some help. So in the future, yeah, I do plan to put some major investments into this place, because I also do want to leave my mark as well. But it's when you come from where we are, you I'm trying to articulate the correct things I'm going to say without like sounding like a, basically,
Like cliche.
yeah, it's like I'm fishing out there for the right words, but it's a place that gets forgotten about a lot.
Yeah.
Where we come from is, we not too many know that Anthony Kupchak, the guy who has his jersey hung up in the Sonderling lobby, was the owner of the Lakers at one point.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like, we had that come from Brentwood. That's why his jersey is hung
Wow.
up in there.
I did
So
not know that. Wow.
exactly. So the fact that there's that much history already with Brentwood, and with a historic franchise like the Lakers, and that's very rarely talked about. And Anthony Kupchak, his name is basically not even brought about anymore. It's They need more names.
Yeah.
We need more names in order for us to truly actually push the for the better of what Brentwood deserves. For a community that what we have, which was the most diverse community I could arguably say, where everyone is accepted no matter what race, what you believe, what gender, where you are at. It's a place where you can actually literally be a fucking alien and you'll still be accepted. Like
I
somebody,
really, really do love that about our community because even if we may have our differences and may not all like each other, but at least this is a time where we're able to be who we are
Yeah.
and are capable of achieving the dreams that we want in this life. And I completely agree with you. I feel like we do need more names out there. Um I feel like we can make it possible. I just feel like a lot of people really need to just get out of this mentality that, you know, we're stuck here and this is just it. Like,
J. Cole says it best. It's called, from where he's from, it's called the Ville, but it's like the Ville mentality. Like they're stuck here, they can't get out. But it's like the Woodman,
yeah.
they're stuck here, they can't get out. Like it's uh they feel trapped. Like they feel like this is the only place they're ever gonna go. There's a whole fucking world out there. There's a
And
whole world of
I
possibilities.
think that's what also motivated me more when it came to my business, because it's like I don't just have to have my business just here. I
Yeah.
can expand it and keep it growing. And if anybody asks like, oh well, where does this business come from? New York, from
Mm-hmm.
Brentwood.
Mm-hmm. Straight up. And
And that's
you'd be surprised how
it.
many people, it's like you go across country. Like I remember there's stories of my aunt going out in Florida and no, and basically Florida is like Long Island 2.0. If people live like move away from Long Island, they live down in Florida. There's either Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale, Miami, or Tampa Bay. So it's like
Orlando.
Orlando. But I mean, it Long Island is basically Florida in the summer, though.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like Long Island is just this is now that's they're moving to Long Island 24/7 in the summertime.
Yeah. There's this town in Florida called Brickell, and it's literally a mini Manhattan. Literally.
Yeah,
Literally mini Manhattan.
and you'll be surprised at how many much that New York accent you'll probably run into down there.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly. So real quick, where can any of these ladies or gents or anybody else who wants to get their lashes done, where can they find you at, or where could they get your teeth whitened also?
You guys can find me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Lashoholic NY.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What I just wanted to throw this out there also. When could you see yourself actually opening that business? Like, is something that you say like something sooner, like, or would you say it's like way down the road, like a couple of years or so?
Um,
Like, do you want
Damn,
to
I
be
don't want
fully,
to.
you want to build like a full, like fully foundation here, and then start branching off, or is it like you want to fully branch off and move to Miami and be stationed down there and
I
have your little
feel
side hustle?
like I feel like I've made my mark here. I feel like if I were to leave and come back, I still have that support system. I still have my family, you know, like my Lash Gang family. Um, I know that they would stick by me no matter what, whether if I came back or not. And I feel like within the next year or two, I can see my dreams of being in a whole nother location actually really coming to life. Um, and with the motivation that I have, I know I can achieve it and it's definitely gonna happen. It hasn't even happened yet, and I'm already excited and I'm
But
just so
you're fully
happy.
confident. You know exactly like it's just
Yeah,
aesthetically.
I feel like it's like once you know that you're good at something and you know you can do it and take it anywhere, the the possibilities are just endless. And I'm that confident. I don't want to sound cocky, but
No, but you had the right to be though.
I'm
You had the right to have
confident.
that confidence though. Like you said, like we said in the beginning, you started off in a completely different direction, and then you took this one little like branch off to the side, and the next thing you know, you have your own business 3 years later, your own facility 3 years later. But then you also go down to Florida every now and then, and you have clientele already in Florida. So even if you decided
Yeah,
to pack your things up and move down to Florida, you can definitely say you at least have some clientele already established.
exactly. And I've always even thought about like even before like I opened up my business here and I said like, dang, well, like what if I do leave and then I come back? Like I know that if I were to, just like how I travel a lot down to Florida, I know I could do the same exact here and I could still continue my work here, you know, and still have my name out here. Um, that's why I'm so grateful to have this type of career because I can literally just do it anywhere. And the support that I have is so genuine and so real. And I honestly don't, I have no words to express how I feel towards everyone that has supported me from
Now,
day
with that,
one.
the support, did it come from full on all friends, or was it some random people?
It started out with mutual people that I've known past couple of years, people I've worked with, and then it just blew up to like people that we even went to high school with that I've never even spoken to people's other family members. I have clients where I literally do all of their cousins' lashes, all of their yeah, like it's and it's
Solid.
crazy to me because I don't know that they're related, but when they tell me and I'm like, dang, I'm like, so you guys are all related? I'm like, okay, so I got the whole family going and it's a lot. I have people from Nassau County coming. I live in Suffolk, so having people from Nassau County come to me, it's another
Big.
crazy thing for me.
That's big because Nassau people don't like Suffolk people a lot.
And I don't really know anybody out there. So for mine to even get as far as over there was just it's crazy to me.
Did you ever get
It
like stopped in the
really is.
store at all by somebody?
Yeah, I've had people stop me or I've even had clients of mine come back to me and tell me like, you know, I got stopped the other day by somebody and was like, "Oh, I know you got your lashes done by Winnie." And I'm just like, that's a little weird,
It is a
but
little creepy, but
I
it
was
is a little
like,
creepy.
you noticed my work. So that's what's up.
That's the
And
plus.
I love it.
Creepy vibe,
Yeah.
but it's just like, thank you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotcha. I gotcha. But it shows that you put the work in, though. It shows that you put the hard
Yeah.
work in, you put the dedication, and you put your commitment, and you were disciplined the whole time towards wanting to go. You didn't go out every weekend. You actually went out and
Yeah.
uh, grinded your ass off. You know, you sacrificed your early 20s to be more determined and actually support people and also be a boss.
And you know what's crazy? When I do take time off, you know, I feel guilty.
Mm,
I literally
mm.
feel guilty sometimes when I take time off and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm not available. But it's like, I gotta be selfish sometimes because
You
it's like
have to
I
be.
worked so hard. I worked so hard to get here, and it's like we talked about before. You can't let yourself burn out. You
No.
just can't, especially when you're trying to start up a business or already in the business. You gotta keep that balance. You can't burn yourself out, or you're just not gonna end up liking your job. Your dream career will just end up being another job that you hated, and
Exactly.
that's not the goal.
You start to have that resentment towards it. You don't want to have a resentment towards your passion. You want to be able to say like you don't work every day, like you actually genuinely enjoy what you do. You enjoy your life. You enjoy helping out other people. You enjoy making other people feel good. Like that's a genuine passion that not a lot of people who are our age who really have who wanted to who have that kind of empathy to
Yeah,
actually be patient.
and I know that sometimes like you may not have the support or motivations from like your close ones, your friends and families, or even your spouse, but just having that support from that one stranger, it means so much and it does so much. And
Yeah.
that's why I want to help everybody, whether if I know you personally or not. I'd rather just help you because in the end, it'll benefit me because I will feel good and I'd be proud. I'm like, well, damn, I helped her, you know, whatever smallest ways that I did or him. And now look at them.
Yeah. That's it's a different kind of feeling because
Yeah.
compared to working just another job and you complete a task where you don't necessarily assist the public. When you genuinely make someone feel good, this goes for the weight in this weight loss industry also, or the fitness game in general.
when you have a desire for people to feel good, to feel their best, to accomplish goals that they never thought that they could see, or look a certain way they never thought they'd be able to look, and that confidence that they then develop, and that shine that they break through with, is probably the best feeling in the world for me, because knowing that they can now live a more confident lifestyle, be more of themselves, and live only a health, not only that, but live a healthier lifestyle, and knowing that they're doing they're living their best life, is what genuinely gives me the more satisfaction than, say, seeing a $20,000 paycheck immediately in the same day.
Mhm.
Like that. Yeah, I'm not going to turn down $20,000 in the same day. At the same time, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that, but I'm saying that it just that feeling outweighs the money.
Yeah. And that, and like I said before, it's not all about the money, but it's feeling good knowing that you can make money off of what you truly love and you're passionate about, and at the same
Yeah,
time you're helping other people.
you're making an impact in this world. Like, you actually are putting your energy out there, and someone's life is changing because of you.
Yeah. I feel like our both of our career paths and choices, it's very therapeutic
Absolutely.
for the people that we involve ourselves with, because it's like you said, we feel good, you know, we want to be good and all of that. And just the littlest things, like just one little, what, 10, 15 minute, 30-minute workout can do so much for somebody, and be like, wow, I feel good, I look good, you know.
Yeah.
Or that one little lash session was like, wow, you know, I probably vented out to her, talk to her about today, or I felt a little insecure and I look better, and you know, I feel good. And
Questions answered, and
it's
you
a lot.
got,
That's
yeah,
another
yeah.
thing, like when it comes to my job, it's like I'm not just there to make you feel and look pretty, but like we literally we talk about real stuff, you know, personal stuff. And it makes me feel good at the end of every session. I'm helping someone, whether I know them or not, whether if
Yeah.
it's physically making them feel good or just, you know, having someone there to be there for.
Exactly. And that's why I feel like that your business is thriving the way it is, because it's coming from a genuine place. Like, it's coming from a place where you want to actually see other people be their best, their success. You want to see them thrive. It doesn't come from a place of just wanting to earn the paycheck and be greedy with it, like just scam people for it. No, no, you're genuinely here for a reason, and you're here and you're living that reason. You're living that purpose, and you're thriving off of it. And it's incredible, and it's motivating for every single one of these people out here who are struggling to maintain their business, or who are even struggling to get it started. Knowing that you started this off with just $800, and you took a test in one day, and the
Yeah.
next day had a client already.
Yep.
Like,
It's crazy.
it's just
And
that,
then
it's that, like,
it's just the amount of money that I can make in 2 days just doing what I do is just,
it already pays
I
off.
would have to work 40 hours a week just to gain just to gain that.
Like, you already paid off your certification basically in 2 days. Like, that's
Literally.
incredible compared to people who are still paying off student loans and living their careers 10, 20, 30 years later. Like, it's incredible that you're able to do this and we're as smart as you were. And that's where you key was. You worked smarter and not harder.
Yes.
The little thing about with the reason why I was able to earn so many of my certifications was because I waited till Black Friday. And here's a little tip for everybody out there who is on the internet or wants to take a certification online. Wait till Black Friday. Instead of spending that money on buying that cheapest sale of shoes or of your gaming console, TVs, any type of car, put that money into a into a certification, because guarantee you online, people who, well, official online companies that do certifications. For example, I'm certified with the ISSA. I was able to earn the elite certification, which is usually a $3,000 course for
Wow.
$1,000. I paid off
Yeah.
everything within a year and already am making basically money plus money that commit. What the fuck am I looking for here? What's the profit? That's the word.
Yes.
Making profit off of the certification. Like I've already surpassed the money that I've damn near started with, and I was just smart about when I bought my certifications, like when I bought the schooling for it. So wait till
Yeah.
Black Friday. I guarantee you, any type of extra schooling that you want to do or any type of extra certifications you want to take, they're going to be on sale in bundles. I was able to get 3 certifications for the price of 1.
Yeah. I mean, even with lash classes, there's a lot of girls. I mean, I don't really know anybody that charges $800 a class anymore or cheaper than that. But there are times where there's girls who offer like a sale on classes. And I would recommend anybody that wants to start a lashing business to really look out for those lash sales for those classes, because I kid you not, it's going to be worth it.
It's a
If you don't
business
have the
you start
money
in your own
now,
house. You started in
yeah.
your own house and now you have your own facility.
Yes, it literally, to be real with you, I probably could have had my own facility the second year, but knowing me, I don't like to just jump into things. I like to know exactly what I'm getting myself into and being 1000% sure this
Build
is
your
going
solid
to work out.
foundation.
Yes. I was like, I can't just, yeah, I had a good group of clientele, but it's not like what it is now, you know? And I was like, no, let me just wait a little longer. And yeah, the pandemic hit at the wrong time, but it still didn't stop me from continuing that dream that I have.
And so for a lot of people, this pandemic did kill a lot of dreams, but for also a lot of people, this pandemic really did push a lot of people to live their dreams. And you're one of those people who are on the other side of that two-sided mind state, where you pushed more for your dreams, you pushed more for what you wanted, and you actually came out with something that is successful. And it
Yes.
is incredible to also see, like, knowing you for as long as I've known you, literally since 9th grade, 2011.
Oh
Like
my God, that
10
sounds so long
years,
ago.
10 years I've known you, and to see like where we were in our art class back into like the freshman year, and to see where we're at now, it just shows you, if you truly want something and you truly work your ass off towards it, you sacrifice your sleep. For me, I had to work overnight for 2 years. I had to study overnight at the same time. I had to work personal training in the daytime. It was the sacrifices you make. You sacrifice going out with your people. You sacrifice going out on the weekends, spending the extra money. You sacrifice those things, the little social gatherings. Unfortunately, those things you
Yeah.
do sacrifice. But if you want it that bad, when you officially have it, everyone who is truly around you and is truly supportive will still be there.
Yeah.
They will be
Your
there to
number one
celebrate
true
with you.
supporters will always be there.
The true supporters, the ones who are always going to be there for you, will be there for you when you're fully successful. The ones who were just fake supportive and just showing there for a temporary moment, they were just there for the moment, and they were there for their reason, and they lived their purpose for you. Now you move on into a better purpose.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it's been an incredible conversation. I can't thank you enough for hopping on here and truly giving not only myself a different route to take during for my podcasting, little side gig that I'm doing here for fun, but also this is a major opportunity for also other people who have their own hustles and can use this as a referral link to go into depth about what you've done and how far your business has come. So
Yeah.
you don't always have to waste your voice and waste your time expanding on the business, where you could tell them, well, you can watch this video. It's about an hour and a half long, and you'll be
Yeah.
able to find out all the information here. And This way, it saves us all the time of in-person conversation, and we can get right to work.
Yeah. Honestly, it was such an honor, and I was so stoked for you to even reach out to me and even think of me to wanting to do this. And I'm so happy, and I honestly cannot wait for the next one.
Well, the next one will be in person, and I'm excited for that.
Yes.
But also, it's just very important that I want to give as many people who are true to their word about their passion a platform where they can actually go in depth about it. And you were one of the first people that it clicked into my mind because of how far your success has come. Like I said, like you said before, you started off just working in your basement, or I'm sorry, working in just your house, and now you're working in your own facility, and now you also have clientele now in Florida as well. Like it's
Yeah.
to see that the growth firsthand has been incredible, and I'm looking forward to seeing you actually move to Florida and to see your growth going down over there, because you know damn well you don't want to stay up here. You know you want to be in the warmth 24/7 year round.
Yes.
You know damn well that was coming, but honestly,
Yeah.
Winnie, I really am proud of you. Like I really am.
Thank you.
It's incredible to see your growth, and I'm looking forward to having the conversation in person next time.
Thank you so much for having me. And honestly, it was such a good time.
Not a problem. We'll talk more again next time. And yeah, keep going, keep hustling.
Thank you so much.
Like.